Hi guys, hey, Dale Walker back in the dyno room, October 13th, 2016 with my 2017 SV650. I installed the Aero race header along with my Holeshot prototype slip-on yesterday. As you know from all my other videos, I've been working on my Stage 1 tune, minor airbox mod, K&N filter, got that all dialed in for my slip-on. So anyway, I put it all together yesterday, and then geez, I made over 80 pulls. I didn't leave here till 7 p.m. I'm pretty beat up right now, so forgive me if I make a mistake. Anyway, I'm going to show you here. Here's my new tuner, and we're going to have a bypass harness on this particular one because, you know, the V4s are a little bit tight getting in there initially and piggybacking right into the injectors. So what I do on some of them is I make a bypass harness. So here's your injector plugs. Here's the other plug that plugs into the plug to the box I just showed you. So what that does is, you know, once you have it all installed and everything, if we ever had a problem with the tuner, which normally doesn't happen, but if you do, just right near back by the tuner where you mount it back in the tail section, you unplug it, and this puppy right here can be sent off just for repair or to be checked without having to take the airbox off or get to your injectors. Okay, so let's look at these dyno charts. I started first, and right out of the gate, you know, I was going, well, let's see, it should show a pretty decent gain even without a tune. It showed a tiny bit of gain, it wasn't much, and I was going, uh-oh, we'll see if this header's really worth it. But you know me and how hard I work at things, so I was bound determined to tune my butt off and see what I could get out of the thing. And man, let me tell you, by the end of the day, I am totally impressed. This little thing for a stock SV650 compared to a bone stock bike, like when you bought one, to when you see when I'm all done, is going to haul butt. Really impressed me. So let's get with it. Here's if you go back to my other videos, this would be part 10, part 9, and part 8. Here's my same stock bike, best pull. Okay, that's peak power, peak torque. Okay, you got to remember, just like I always tell you in my other videos, I'm at 4,500 feet here in high desert. So down a little bit of power compared to sea level where I used to be in California. Okay, so let's put up, excuse me, my voice is kind of bad from all the exhaust fumes and everything. Let's put up number 95. That's my same best run with the slip-on and what I call my Stage 1 tune. Okay, the tune I did yesterday is going to be named my Stage 2. And all that means is the Stage 2 is going to represent the full header system tune Holeshot Aero combo. Okay, and by the way, the Aero header, you can install it in less than an hour. The thing just slips right on. It's awesome. You have to pull the little front header tube loose. You drop the other stock header, comes off. I swear I had it off in 10 minutes. And you know, had it all back together, taking my time in 30 minutes. So an average guy could do it in under an hour easy. So anyway, here's the best slip-on tune. Okay, where it just killed the stock bike. This is with my Comp 2 muffler. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to put my best pull from yesterday, last night. And there you go. So let me take off the stock one for now. That's number 20. Okay, because I'm going to compare, same exact muffler, same exact temperature. I had the thing right on the money, about 82 to 83 degrees in here. Real low humidity, 3 to 2% yesterday here in the high desert. Hasn't rained yet, that's why I had to keep going. We got weather coming in. So the green line is now with the full Aero and the new Stage 2 tune. The red line is my Stage 1 tune with the same muffler with the stock front header. So down here, first it was hurt real bad, and I was able to push the fuel all around and tinker with it. It's totally a different tune-up. Steady cruise, light throttle, not much different at all. Hardly had to touch it. So that was a good thing. So it's still going to get good mileage, run good, the airfield looked good, idle looks good, but under load and light cruise, under light acceleration and then full throttle load, I had to shift it all in different spots and just work my tail off. But anyway, so right here it pretty much matches it. Here the header actually beat the other stock header a little bit. You're always going to have a little soft area with a better flowing header usually, because a stock header that's a little more restricted will come on early and then sign off earlier up on top, or not make as much power. But only in this one little spot, I had a big hole here, but I was able to tune it out. We're only talking about 1 horsepower, maybe 1 horsepower, maybe 1 foot-pound of torque, 1.5, okay, at the most. But that's only from 4,700 to 5 grand. You're only talking 300 or 400 RPM. You'll never feel that. Because, I do 5th gear roll-on. You don't just drive around doing 5th gear roll-ons. You have a transmission. You blast right through there. It's still a lot healthier than stock. I'll show you that later. So here we go. So here's that one little area too. By 4 grand, here's 5,000 RPM here. Okay, so it's pretty much even Stevens, and then about 6 grand, 6,300, it starts pulling away from the stock header. And here you go. It's like 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, and then up here, here's the peak power. See, we got 73, 66, and I made 75 about 8 or 10 times, and I never could break 50 foot-pounds, but I broke 49 point something foot-pounds several times. That's pretty strong, but remember, that's only at peak. Okay, take a look up here in this area up on top. Okay, so here is normally your peak, about 8,500, between 8 and 9. Remember, I always said you want to shift this thing about 9,300, right? Because then you're back into this range here. Okay, but look down here how hard this thing starts pulling. And then here, where it normally starts to fall off, look at that plateau, that thing holding it. So we got 75 horsepower, and then here's 9 grand. Here's 90, about 97, 9,800, and it slowly falls off. But look at the difference here. Even with my slip-on, okay, we're still talking about 6 horsepower gain at 10 grand. Even to red line, it's still got 73 or 4. To where here it's fallen way off. We're only talking 67, 66 horsepower. We're up at 73 or 4. This thing's going to haul butt. Okay? Now we can bring the RPM up a little bit. No reason to, but you could shift it at, say, 9,800 when you're really romping on it. And boy, when you shift, it's going to be right in here, and it's going to be pulling like a mother. For what it is. Still only a 650, but compared to stock, no comparison. Okay, let's remove 95. Let's go ahead and put 20, a stock bike, best pull ever. There you go. Whoops. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so the blue line is stock. The green line is one of the best pulls with the full system. So let's start over here. So here we go. See, there's way down low. Look at this is your torque line. Look at the torque. That's at 2,500 RPM even. We're talking 5 foot-pounds of torque. On a 650, that's insane. Okay, 4, 3, 3 or 4, all the way through here we got, this is about 2.5. Okay, but look at that torque curve. Look at here at 7 grand, we're talking about 6 foot-pounds of torque. And then it holds it all the way. Here's 8 grand, here's another 4 foot-pounds. And look how it just keeps on holding it all the way down compared to stock where it's falling off your torque. Okay, now let's look at the horsepower line. So right off the gate, we're started on this pull, both these pulls pretty even, about 2,400. Okay, couple horsepower, about 3 right off the bottom, 1.5, 2. and we got 3, 2, you know, 2 or 3 all along. About 53, 5400 right here. It starts taking off. We got about 4, 4, and then up here, this is about 4.5. Right here, this is only 6,800 RPM. We're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is at least 6 or 7 horsepower right here at 6,800 RPM, and then it holds it 5 horsepower, maybe 4. Okay, and then here's your peak at 75.58 compared to 71 right in here. But then look at it, hold it up here, and then look here, this is at 10 grand. We're talking about 8 or 9 horsepower gain. Where it's falling off, that thing is just pulling like a train. Okay, and then this is all the way to redline at about 10.5, and it's still, you know, 72, where this thing's making 62. Just incredible. So, you know, it's up to you if you want to spend the money. The header, I don't have my retail pricing yet, but it's not that much for this bike. And man, I think it's going to be worth it. Remember, it's a race header, so it's off-road use only. All these parts are for closed course off-road use. Okay, so now I want to take this off, and I'm just going to show you 3 in a row. So see, it's no fluke. When you get the tune right, the first or second one will always be the best because the air is cool around the motor. I got the dyno room with fresh air back in it, and you know, the temps are good. But when you get the tune right, they'll overlay and be pretty close. They won't be all squirrely. Sometimes you get the first one and then all the rest will be messed up. But yeah, you can see they're right in a row. And I have several like this. I'm not going to show them all, but I have at least 9 more 75 plus. So those are 3 right in a row in the same session last night. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to show you, one last thing, is this is with my Comp 2 muffler, 14-inch. Everything I've showed you so far. I'm going to show you number 180. At the very end, I put my 14-inch street core muffler on it. It's still a straight through core, but it's a slightly smaller core. It's a louver core. My latest Comp 2 is a louver core too, but a totally different design and shape that I've been working on. So here is the blue line is, let me highlight that one. Better that way. The blue line is your 180, that's the 14 street. The green line is my Comp 2. So the only place it hurt is right through here. It's a little bit more restrictive. So this is about 4 grand to 5 grand. This is about 5,800. But we're only talking 1.5 foot-pounds of torque and 1 horsepower at the most. It's not really that big a deal because down through there, you know, that's the low R's. Didn't kill it. But up through here, it did really well. It almost matched the Comp. And up here, it's only like, you know, 0.5 horsepower less. So, I mean, the 14 takes the edge off a little bit. It's still not quiet when you get on at full throttle. But it's a little quieter than the Comp. So it's going to be your call, you know. Probably the 14 Street's the best overall, you know, for everything. But not bad. I don't think I would need to show you anything else. Let's put up there one more time. 20. Yep, so there's the stock bike, and there is the full Holeshot aero system with my stage 2 tune again. So I'll be working on all these parts. It won't take me too long. I'm going to do a little bit of road testing next week because the weather's bad now. Then I can send my prototype mid-pipe off and get it all made up in nice polished stainless. And then I'll have the slip-ons all ready to go. Tuner's pretty much ready. I should be able to have those ready in just a few weeks, not too long. So anyway, if you got any questions, give me a call at the shop, 775-463-5394, Monday through Thursday. Make sure you keep an eye out on my new updated website at holeshot.com. And I'll be doing a lot more with this bike. We're going to do the rear fender eliminator. I already have my Holeshot fork brace ready. I'm going to make my own seat with Corbin. It'll be my own shape. And, you know, the little stuff. But first things first, and that's horsepower, baby. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Call me if you have a question. Ride safe.